Since 1954, Terrebonne General has been a beacon of health and hope in our community. As we mark 7 decades of dedication to your well-being, Terrebonne General Health System remains committed to advancing healthcare, improving lives, and expanding our services to meet your evolving needs. In celebrating our past, we look forward to a future filled with promise and progress. Your health is our legacy. To discover more, visit tghealthsystem.com.
And welcome back to Bayou Time on a sad note. And we are here to tell you that Mr. Cleveland Coke Verdine, 88, passed away peacefully at his home in the early morning of Friday, May 17th, at his home in Gray, Louisiana, with family by his side. There you see Coke Verdine in this picture. He was born on January 6th, 1936 in New Orleans, Louisiana, to the late Christopher Columbus Verdine and Dorothy Harris Verdine. Mr. Cleveland served in the United States Navy for 8 years, relocated to Compton, California, where he worked as a captain of security for a few years. Then he relocated back to his hometown, where he became a bus driver for Terrebonne Parish School District. Years after he started his career in law enforcement, working as a criminal investigator alongside of District Attorney at that time, Douglas H. Greenberg. He and his wife were the very proud owners of C&B Seafood Market. Cleveland also was the manager of 3 postal services. As you can tell, Coke was well known for his attention to detail and dedication to working hard for his family. When he wasn't working, he really enjoyed spending time working in his yard, and he tried to make it as beautiful as it is. If you know him, you know if you ride on the grass, he will not hesitate to tell you, "Get off of my grass." Or if you would even drop a piece of paper, he would ask you, "What you think the paper will throw itself away?" Coke enjoyed spending time with his family, friends, and enjoyed telling stories. He is survived by his wife of 36 years, Beverly B. Verdine, his sister, Augustine Verdine, and, of course, John Carson, 4 sons and 2 daughters, Herman, late Clarice Verdine Sr., Cleveland Verdine Jr., Clarence and Carolyn Verdine, Corey Verdine, Cheryl Dark, Beverly False, Glenda Tyrone Brewer, and last but not least, his brother from another mother, Douglas and Linda Greenberg. Grandchildren, great-grandchildren, great-great-grandchildren, Renisha and Sydney, whom Cleveland and Beverly helped raise with nieces and nephews, along with sister-in-laws Sarah Brown and Carol Hughes. Cleveland is preceded in death by his parents, Christopher and Dorothy Verdine, 1 brother, Percy Verdine Sr., 1 sister, Joyce Calhoun, 1 daughter, Augustine Verdine, and 1 son, Sidney Verdine, along with his sister-in-laws and Helen M. Joseph. The visitation will be held on Saturday, May 25th, from 11 a.m. until 12:30 p.m. at the Moses Baptist Church, 1032 Canal Boulevard in Thibodaux. Funeral service will be held at the same location as the visitation at 1 p.m. Cleveland will be laid to rest at the Moses Baptist Church Cemetery, followed by the repast at the late Cleveland Coke and Beverly Verdine's residence at 3253 West Park Avenue in Gray, Louisiana. And once again, just in the early days of HTV, we would always run into Mr. Coke somewhere along the way, whether it was a district attorney's function at that time when he worked for Doug Greenberg, or just anywhere, any events. He was certainly all over the parish. And you're right, he had that comical side, but then again, he had that serious side to him, depending on the day, which you would catch. And certainly, if you look at his legacy with his children, of course, I know Clarence and Herman pretty well. I know them better than others in the family. And what a legacy that was. Two great athletes, two great people. And I had the chance to talk with Clarence this week. And of course, we shared a lot of stories and a lot of fun stories, a lot of sad stories. But that's how it is when somebody passes, especially somebody as prominent and well known in the community as he was. And, you know, as we get older, we see the people that sort of shaped different eras in the community. And that's worth mentioning because certainly their era came and passed. This era comes and passes, and you see it. I've been on the news desk for about 40 years now. You see different eras as they come and go in the parish. And it's good to remember, stop, and, you know, give them some thoughts along the way, especially when they pass. And I always tell people, you know, honor people while they're still here. That way they know how much you love them. But certainly, Coke Verdine was one of those colorful people in the area that everybody knew. And like you heard him joking here in the obituary about don't park on his grass or don't throw litter on his grass. Meticulous would be a pretty good word. And I know he also spoke of his love for the former district attorney, Doug Greenberg, and his wife, Linda. As they mentioned them in the obituary, he said, a brother from another mother. So we've heard the saying quite a bit, but we never see it applied. And isn't that good to see, too? It broke racial barriers, and that's always good to see, because certainly whenever I talk to Clarence and Herman, there are no racial barriers. It's just good people, and I'm glad that I was able to know a large portion of that family, and we certainly offer our condolences to many of the family members. What a legacy, great legacy in that family. And once again, Cleveland Coke Verdine, may you rest in peace.